What up, Torin?
What's up, Austin? Good to see you again.
Cheers, dude. Welcome, everyone, to the Ballon Drunks, where we drink beer and talk soccer. Today, we're going through the best and worst jerseys of the Premier League 23-24 season. Kits, if you like, if you're from the other side of the water. Here's how we did it. We got a pool of people, us included, rated every jersey that was released as of 8-1, and we got a consensus rating based on a cumulative score from the average of our group. Uh, you want to dive right into it?
Yeah, there was a lot of jerseys. A lot of jerseys to sort through in preparation of this episode. Every team obviously has at least a home and away. A lot of teams also working with some sort of third alternate jersey as well. So we're talking a minimum of 40 jerseys here, probably more like 50 jerseys that we went through and reviewed. So we're not going to touch on all of them, but we're definitely going to look at the highlights and lowlights for the jerseys we're going to see this year. The ones that we're going to be dreading to see all season and the ones that we're going to be stoked to see all season long.
Okay. So let's start with the worst. Let's start negative and end positive.
I like that.
The number 5 worst jersey of 23-24. Luton Town. Welcome to the Premier League, baby. Luton Town home jersey. They have the worst stadium in the league, and they really tried to get the worst jersey in the league, but just missed out. They got fifth worst. Um,
Yep.
for me, it wasn't a highly rated jersey for me. It's just I guess they tried to emulate the 74-75 kit that they had.
Mm.
And honestly, I like the 74-75 one more. They tried to they tried to modernize this one. They lost the collar. I think they should have kept the collar from the 70s and just really went all out for it.
Hmm.
But yeah, what do you think?
Damn, you did your research going back to the 70s. I had no idea
That's
about
really the
that.
only one I got, so don't get used to it.
uh, yeah, I guess first let's talk about our scoring scheme here. So we took every jersey, we graded it out of 10. So we gave it a score out of 10. This one came in fifth to last with an average of 4 out of 10. So maybe not
Good
as
call.
terrible as one would think for the fifth to last worst jersey, right? That's kind of close to a 50% grade, but I don't like this one. I gave this one a 3 out of 10. Like you said, it looks like they're trying to go for that sort of retro style, but there's something about it that doesn't quite fit. Like it looks like a little bit too modern mixed with this retro style. And the font and the way they did that sponsor just looks terrible on top of this. Like you could have done that in a much, much better way, I think. So yeah, I agree. Not a big fan of this one. This was one of my lowest scores when I went through all the jerseys.
For sure. All right, take us number 4 worst.
All right, so number 4 on our list with a score of 3.6 average out of 10 is our Everton away jersey. So not the classic blue, but the orange, vibrant orange with blue odd designed stripes going down the middle of it. Uh, I did not like this one. This was also one of my lower scored jerseys. It's just I like the idea when these teams try to do something a little bit different and unique, but this one just stands out like a sore thumb. It just didn't work. I feel like this is one of those that should have been sure it was fine as like a brainstorm, but whatever they did the first prototype, I'm shocked that somebody was like, "Yeah, I want this. Let's put this one through to production," because I don't get it.
There's just too much going on. Too many lines going different directions, and on top of that, it's a poor color combination. And then they went
Yeah,
with a black logo. Like, I don't know. Yeah, it's just not
yeah.
working. It's not working.
I you know what? I didn't even look at the logo, and I agree that that's an odd color to choose. It feels like the design in the background and the stripes is supposed to be something, but it's really nothing. Like it's
Yeah.
just random designs. So yeah, it's very not put together.
Number 3, third worst, 3.4 out of 10. Brentford third kit. Now, I gotta come clean. I was the highest rated person from our pool of voters with a
Hmm.
7. I kind of like this. I dig it. It reminded me of the old Mellow Jordan shoe. was this same colorway, and it was pretty sick. And so maybe, and I also saw it in person, and I thought I like these colors together. But I agree, there's a lot going on. I don't think they get any benefit of having Hollywood as a sponsor across the chest, but
Yeah.
and that star. But yeah, I'm the highest on this one. So
I
what
I
did you
mean,
think?
you're not alone. I was the second highest scorer out of the group
Oh,
for
that's
this one. I gave it a
surprising,
5
actually.
out of 10. Once again, similar to what I was saying about the Everton, I like the idea of when these teams like try something new and different. I definitely feel like this one landed better than that Everton one that we just talked about. I like kind of the color mix. It's a little bit odd, and obviously the sponsor really sticks out in a bad way. But the logo on this one much better and much more seamlessly mixed into the jersey compared to that Everton one we just looked at.
Yeah, I'd rock that.
Yeah,
All right, number two.
and shout out Umbro. When's the last time we've seen Umbro jerseys? You know, I'm
I
loving it.
downvoted a lot of Umbro jerseys, but that one was not one of the ones that I downvoted. Number two,
Yeah, number
I
two.
what do you got to say? What was the score?
So the score was a 2.9 out of 10.
Man
This
U
was
away.
Man U away jersey, second worst average score. This was my lowest score. I gave this a 1 out of 10. I think this is by far the ugliest jersey. Do not like the color mix. It's hard. It might be a little bit hard to tell in that picture, but there's like a mini stripe within the white stripe. It just doesn't
So
look
many stripes.
anything. It just doesn't look anything like what a top club would wear. It looks like what a recently promoted club would wear into the Premier League. You know, I also don't think this photo shoot did anything for the jersey. This looks like the most awkward photo shoot of all time.
Oh my
So
god.
it's just all around just a big L for Man U.
I mean, Luke Shaw is the only one who looks like he's having a good time. And if you can't tell, it's a grainy picture because I think this was taken with the first camera ever invented. Because they were trying to make it look old. Because I guess this is pulling from their
Yeah.
18 something. I don't have the exact year on this one jersey, but it's like, dude, you're copying a jersey 100 years old. Like, I A for effort, but
Yeah.
you got to modernize it a little bit. And it's just ugly. It is ugly.
Yeah, I can't imagine wearing that and enjoying it. And I especially you look at this group of players. I know like Rashford's really high on fashion, and I feel like Fernandez and maybe like Martinez, and I feel like you can just feel the hate for this jersey on their face when you look at this picture. They're just
For
like,
real.
what the hell do you have me wearing right
They're
now?
all like, thank God we're getting paid a shit ton of money for this. Yeah, so Man
Oh man.
United away, you and I both gave it a 1 out of 10. Someone gave it a 6. 6 was the highest this got. So somebody kind of liked
Shocking.
it. Yeah,
Yeah, shocking.
which is
I gotta
insane. But a
say.
2.9
Yeah.
average, and it's deserving.
Yeah,
Let's get to
very,
let's get to number
very
1.
bad.
The number 1 worst jersey in the Premier League goes to Arsenal away
Arsenal
with an
away.
average of 2.0 out of 10. This highlighter yellow with the swirly black stripes and the blue liner, just what?
Baby Robin's blue, Robin's egg blue.
Oh,
Yep.
and let's also throw in like a black mesh print in the background. It's hard to look at. This thing is ugly. I
Yeah,
actually
that.
rated this a 2, so I actually like it a smidge above the Man United jersey that we just talked about, but
Hmm.
either one could win this for me, and I'm not going to argue
Yeah, I
about it.
mean, I I agree. It's very odd jersey. But for me, that Man U one's way worse than this. I gave the Man U a score of 1. I gave this a score of 3, so still low. Once again, I like when the teams try something new and different. Obviously this is probably halfway pushed by Adidas as much as the team. So I applaud them for trying something different, but this one did not work. They needed to spend more time working on this one and brainstorming.
I just want to
This color
know,
combo
yeah,
just isn't working.
how do some of these jerseys get passed when they're like, yeah, that's the one we're going with. I like it. Like, what were
Yep,
the other options? You know what I mean?
exactly.
Like, wow.
Yeah, how do you settle on this one? Like, are there only like that would be really interesting to know, right? Is it like they get presented with like 20 options and then they vote amongst the team? Are they presented with like three options?
There's
Do they
no
have
way
any
the team
input
was
during the
involved.
design
You mean
phase?
like the actual like players?
No, like the
Oh, like the
organization, I'm
design
saying.
team. Okay, because they
Yeah.
certainly didn't consider the players. Again, look at the
No.
faces on these guys. None of them are happy to be in this jersey. My God, they're just like waiting to get out of there.
Uh,
Whoo!
I will say the one positive with this jersey is from far away watching on TV, it's going to be easier to see the players. That's about the only positive we got.
True. Yeah, this one, the highest score this got was a 3. So this is the true winner for worst jersey of the year. All right,
Man, that's
let,
bad.
let's switch over to the best. So we'll start at number 5. Number 5, best jersey. This one was my favorite. This one was my number 1, I think. Uh, it's the Liverpool home jersey. So clean, so fresh. Like, look at the contrast of the guys wearing these jerseys and the pictures we just saw. They are feeling good. They're feeling like ballers. They got the sunglasses on. It's just a clean look. Love it. Love it. Love it.
Uh, I will not disagree with
Oh, sorry. Let me
the
let me
morale.
let me give you the score. All right. Sorry, I didn't
Okay.
do it justice. So this is number 5 with an average score of 7.5.
Out of 10, yeah. Yeah, so very highly rated. I was by far the lowest rater of this jersey. I give it a 4 out of 10. I believe
What? Yeah, explain yourself.
somebody actually gave a 10 out of 10 on this jersey. So I am personally a fan typically of classic jerseys, the history, keeping the legacy going of what jerseys look like. I feel like there's always room to sort of tweak and innovate a little bit in terms of the background designs and that sort of thing on what the historical jerseys have looked like. To me, this felt like absolutely no change, no difference. I didn't feel like, oh, this is a new jersey. I felt like this is a jersey I've seen last year. So to me, I kind of gave it a low score based off the lack of creativity. I think there was zero creativity that went into this. It's literally just riding the coattails of a classic jersey. I want to see something going on, something different.
The
Doesn't
white
mean that it's not
trim.
classy, that
Yeah.
it's not bad, but I want to see something more exciting than just the same old, same old.
Yeah, but yeah, I understand that point. But when you have a classy, like a classic club like Liverpool,
Hmm.
you don't want to tweak it too much. And I feel like the pops of white on this are just
Yeah.
really clean, really fresh against the red, and it
I
just
definitely the
looks
that
nice.
sponsor, the way they got the sponsor just all in white, this makes it one of the cleanest sort of sponsor incorporations into a shirt that we'll see, in any of these shirts. So that was definitely well done.
Yeah, yeah. So that's number 5.
All right, number 4, best jersey, another classic. We have the Tottenham home jersey with a score average of 7.6, just edging out Liverpool into fourth place. This one, the lowest score across the board was a score of 6. So this one just averaged very high scores. No score below at 5 or below. So definitely liked across the whole pool that we surveyed. I really like this one because it's both classic. This is getting close to the point of what I'm talking about. I gave this one an 8 out of 10, one of the highest scores I gave to any jersey, because it's both keeping the tradition and the classy historic jersey while still implementing some tweaks to make it look more modern and more interesting. It's got the sort of background stripes that you see on that shirt, and obviously the little sleeve rims as well, popping with the blue color. So that to me is like the perfect blend of both tradition and sort of new creativity mixed together. And I love the sponsor. It's minimalist, right? It's 3 letters. It isn't like Hollywood
Yeah,
Bets, or whatever we talked
yeah,
about before.
exactly.
It just fits so well with this jersey design. So just all around, to me, I think it tied for the highest score I gave. I thought it was fantastic.
Yeah, I gave it an 8, strong score. It's another Nike jersey, so it's similar to Liverpool jersey we just saw. But like you said, it's like
Mm.
got that white on white like texture with the blue color pops. It's just really clean, really nice. Yeah, I like this one a lot.
The jersey I would for sure wear. I would love to wear that. That would be great.
100%. All right, number 3. With a score of 7.8 out of 10, the Newcastle home jersey. Traditional black and white stripes. We're going to see our boy Tonali in this. Maybe he'll even smile. Who knows? But
Once he puts it on, yeah.
he'll be looking good. He'll be looking good. It's a classic look. It's another one of those traditional powerhouse clubs where it's iconic. You don't want to tweak it too much, and I feel like they just tweaked it just a little bit, just to right, and it looks really fresh. So strong score. I gave it, what was my score? I gave it another 8 on this one.
Yeah, this one was almost 8s across the board. We had 4 8s and a 7 in the score, and so really really strong score. You hit it already, right? Really classic jersey. It's really hard to change a lot and not upset the fans. So it just looks so clean. Whatever they just sort of sharpen the edges up, and they just found a way to make it look so clean and traditional yet modern in a lot of ways. I do love, for a team that has to have a sponsor on the sleeve, that is the absolute best color they could pick. That sort of yellow pop, it makes it look not. It just fits well with that color scheme, I feel like.
Yeah,
So
it
it just
works
kind of
against
adds.
the white and black, huh?
It works. It works really well. So it's a good way to incorporate what otherwise would be a very obnoxious ad, I think, on other teams' jerseys. But just absolute classic. I like the collar and the sleeves just fit so well, blend so well with the stripes. I don't think they could have done any better with this one.
For sure. All right, let's get to it. Number 2.
Number 2, we have the Newcastle again. This is their third jersey, their alternate jersey, with the blue and yellow. Brand new. I think this is awesome. I think this is fantastic. I gave this one a 7 out of 10, so not quite as high as the classic black and white, but 2 colors I love to see on a jersey. I love the take and change. There's still sort of designs and stripes on the jersey to a degree, but it's different, right? It isn't just copying and changing colors. It really is sort of unique. So I think it's a great way to incorporate different color schemes and have a really vibrant jersey while still having like a solid sort of classical feel. Like even though it has the stripes, it still feels like a solid shirt. And once again, the sleeve sponsor fits in well with the yellow coloring, as well as the chest sponsor, and they even changed the logo up to match with the yellow. So I think it was a great alternate.
Absolutely. I love it. It's got that like navy blue, and the pattern in the back is subtle, but there is a distinguishable pattern, and the color pops are also subtle, even though they're yellow. They didn't overdo it, which they easily could have done.
The small collar and sleeve, pop on the edge is great. It's not too big. It's not too in your face. It's just the right amount.
Yeah, it's a good looking jersey for sure. I also gave this one an 8. I like Newcastle's jerseys across the board. The other one, the green away jersey, I actually liked. People were making fun of it, saying it was looking like the Saudi Arabia jersey. But I thought, who cares? It's a good looking jersey, I think. But yeah, I like this one. I like this one better, and it's really, really fresh. So Newcastle killing it this year with the jerseys. Let's hope they can back it up with performance.
Yeah.
All right, and then their number 1 jersey of the year.
Who's it gonna be?
Crystal Palace away.
Wow.
I saw this jersey and I was like, damn, this is pretty sick. This goes hard.
It's
Like, I like
dope.
this.
Pretty
No
dope.
way did I think other people were going to enjoy this as much as me. And I was shocked to see that this won. Average score of 7.8 with the tiebreaker of the highest, however we did the tiebreaker, it won. And
the highest combined score between you and me.
Yeah.
So
okay. Because it did have a tie, technically, with number 2. But I like this one.
Yep.
I'm glad it got number 1 because it's fresh, dude. It's unique. It's got that stripe across, that diagonal stripe, which is the only one in the Premier League that I've seen that has it.
Mm-hmm.
Luton tried this, a vertical stripe, and it just looks 10 times
Yeah.
worse. Uh, it's got a nice collar. I like the fresh white with the baby blue. It's like a good color combo. It's just everything about it is just clean.
Yeah.
I like it a lot.
Very, very, very fresh. Great shout out with the sash, the stripe. The diagonal looks so much better than the vertical one that we looked at earlier. I think it works really well. I think the last team I remember seeing doing this was Southampton, maybe a couple of years ago. So it's definitely a look I feel like should come back because if you find the right colors, it really looks good on the players. I once again perfect color combination, that like sharp white with the light blue, and finding that just like with the Tottenham jersey, you can have a different color for the sponsor, but if you find that right color, it just fits and blends so well. That lavender purple
Yeah,
isn't too much of an eyesore. It still stands out and you can see it, but it just blends in with the blue and the white so well.
it works with it. Yeah.
Really, 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 I love this one. I think it's great. I actually like their home one as well. Maybe not quite as high as this one, but I think Crystal Palace was killing it this year with their jerseys.
I like it too. Hell yeah. I'm glad they got it. I liked Liverpool's jersey the best of all of them,
Mm.
but this was definitely my number two. What was your number one personally?
I think the highest score I gave out was an 8. So
Oh,
it
so you're
was
a tough
looks
grader.
like yeah, I am. It looks like I gave out 4 scores of 8. So I had 8 for this jersey, 8 for the Newcastle we just looked at. I had 8 for the Tottenham, and then outside of the top 5, I gave an 8 to the Aston Villa away jersey as well. I really like that one.
I like that one too.
Yeah, you
I
gave
gave
it a
that one a
7.
7. I
Yep.
gave that one a 7. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one was fresh. I like that. All
Yeah, I
right.
really liked it. It looks like the San Diego Loyal jersey that we got you for your birthday with that background, gray on white, very light colored. I really think that's a really cool style that we just never really see. We see it a little bit here with the light lettering in the background of the sash,
Yeah,
but that sort of really faint background I think gives so much character to the jerseys that you don't see very often.
it's really sick. Other jerseys that I want to talk about that didn't make the list. I am shocked that either of the West Ham jerseys didn't make it. The West Ham away and the West Ham. Oh, that one was canceled. So the yellow West Ham away with like the red vertical stripe. Oh my god, that thing is an eyesore. I don't know that, which is also Umbro. Not a fan of that. Another jersey that I loved that didn't make the top five is the Chelsea home jersey. I'm not
Mm,
a Chelsea fan, but I fucking love this jersey. It is another Nike jersey. It's like that fresh, classic look with like a little
yeah.
bit of gold trim and the silver and like a iridescent logo. It just looks so good, so good.
I like the jersey. The one part that I didn't like as much. I did give it a 7 out of 10, but the logo to me is just a little weird with the color. Like it's cool they were trying something new and different, and I like overall the jersey, but that was what held it down slightly for me. It was a kind of that weird turquoise color. Just didn't quite sit right with me. I wanted to talk about the Liverpool away jersey. So this one ended up sort of middle of the pack, uh, mostly because I graded it so poorly. I gave it a 3 out of 10, but everyone else was a 5 or above for this one.
Yeah, I
I
liked it.
don't get it. I do not think it looks good. I think it looks like a crappy college team trying to come up with a jersey. Like to me, it doesn't look like a Premier League team. It looks like something that was thrown together in like MS Paint and then printed on a T-shirt. I don't get it. It's this weird. I don't know. You can't show it on screen, but it's this
This
like
is
white with these weird green blocks on it.
This is why I love
Uh,
that everyone's got a different eye because I gave this
yeah,
the highest score of the group. I gave it an 8. I think it's a strong jersey, dude. I like it. I don't know why.
I don't.
It's
I just it just looks too like fake to me. I don't know what it is. It's just
I like the geometric
doesn't suit
pattern
my
and
eye.
then it like fades out to the white. Yeah, I'm cool with it, man. Then it's got the black trim. I'm just about it. I don't know what it is.
It's just
Another one that
I,
I don't know why I like this, but I can see why other people hate it is the Man City alternate. The third Man City with like the electricity like lightning
uh-huh.
bolts going on. I like that. I think it's pretty hot.
I gave it a 6 out of 10. I like it too. Once again, I love the teams that kind of try something new and different. I think that this one just didn't quite work out with the color scheme or something, but I definitely liked the direction and the idea that they were pushing for with that one. So
Yeah,
I definitely give them their props on that one.
I was for it. Is there any others you wanted to call out?
The Bournemouth away, I wrote down that I liked it and everyone else hated it. So I gave that one an 8 out of 10, and the next highest score was a 4. I gotta go look at this one again.
Oh,
Oh yeah,
that baby blue with like the
it's this light blue with these like wavy lines of slightly darker blue on it, and I think it's a pretty sharp look. I like it, and everyone else hated it that looked at it. So I
I
might be the
I think
lone
it
one
could
on this
look
one.
better if it was on a person, and the image that we had to go off of was just a flat laid out. I
Yeah,
don't know. I think the pattern is just hard to look at.
yeah, I think it's cool. It's reminiscent of if you ever played the Zelda game of the it looks like a Zelda magic on the T-shirt, and I think once again the sponsor fits really well with this color scheme. Like they found a way to marry it in without it standing out too bad. So I thought that was funny because that one jumped off as one of my higher scores, and
Well,
nope.
a similar jersey to that I like better is the Nottingham Forest away jersey. It's white and baby blue, same, but it's got like
Yes, I really like
less of
this
an
one. Yeah.
aggressive
Hmm.
pattern. It's more like a wavy swirl of kind of like Argentina baby blue.
Yeah, I was curious why that one didn't rate higher. Where was that one
I
at?
rated
That
that
was
high.
the
I know that. So
Oh, it was in the top 10, it
okay,
looks
it was
like.
top 10.
So,
Yeah, I think it's a
yeah.
clean look. I like
Yeah,
it.
I thought that one was really I literally like that. The kind of the wavy lines, but not too much, right? And a nicely faded
Yeah,
colors
they didn't go
into
full
each other.
Arsenal on that. That's what Arsenal should have
Yeah.
done.
They're like, we'll dip our toe in this
Tone it
season.
down a little bit.
So,
All
any
right.
other jerseys that stuck out to you?
No, that's basically all of them.
Okay. So I have a few other stats here I'll share with you. So just we went through an average of scores by each person that participated. I will say that you were by far the most lenient scorer. So you gave out an average score of 6.24. So if you're looking to feel good about yourself, make sure you have Austin come and rate whatever it is that you're trying to get rated.
I
I
love
was
what that means, but all right.
I was a full 1 point lower than you at 5.24 average score. So I was definitely a little bit harsher grader. And then we averaged up the teams. So the teams where they had 2 jerseys, 3 jerseys, we took all of their jerseys together and actually averaged those up. So we have for you the worst 5 team jerseys and the best 5 team jerseys. So in our bottom 5, we already went through the individual jerseys, but the 5th worst is Brentford as a team with their 3 jerseys, an average of 4.8. Then we have Man United with that terrible jersey at an average of 4.75. So their home jersey brought that score up a lot.
Yeah, yeah.
Then we have Burnley with 2 jerseys at an average of 4.7. Fulham with only 1 jersey with a score average of 4.6. Obviously, we're only averaging 1 shirt there. We didn't really talk about that one, so it's mostly sort of a classic take, but then they have this sort of red shoulder on one side. I like the idea, but I'm not sure how it's really going to look in action. I feel like it could look a little weird when they
Yeah,
get out on the field.
yeah, I agree. But yeah, maybe it'll look better on.
Yeah,
I wasn't crazy about
yeah,
it.
we'll see. Yeah,
Yeah.
and then in dead last we have Luton Town with 2 jerseys, an average score of 4.2,
I did the
with
exact
a high
same.
of
Did the
4.4.
exact
Yeah,
same with just inverted colors. It's like, come on. You're in the Premier
exactly. You
League.
could try it.
You're never gonna get back here again. At least like
You can try a little harder.
act like you want to be here. Like yeah, come on. It's pretty soft.
All right, on the top 5 side, I don't know if you've looked at this or not.
I haven't. I like this.
Uh,
This is new to me.
okay, so let me see if you can guess. Obviously, we went through the individual jerseys, but if you're going to average every team's jerseys together, who do you think makes it at the top 5?
Newcastle, 100%. They were two
Okay,
and
they're at
three,
number 2. They're at number 2.
but there, a couple of teams only have 2 jerseys, so you got to consider that
True.
too.
Yeah.
Let's see. Crystal Palace, they were number one,
Number one.
and I liked
They were at
their
number
home
one.
jersey as well.
I did too. It incorporated the Crystal Palace, which I thought was so
It
cool
was yeah, it
in the
looked really
background.
sick. Yeah, that like
Yeah.
that background image was really cool. Okay, so there's the top two. Let's see
Top two. Yep.
what else. I really liked the Nottingham Forest set. Uh, did they make it?
They were at seventh at
Ah,
6.13 average. They did have three jerseys, right? So they might have had one
yeah,
drag it down a little.
yeah. I probably got to think of the twos. Um, Liverpool, because I know you were talking about the away that you didn't like, but I think it was pretty good. Other people liked it.
Liverpool was at number three. Yep.
Hell yeah.
Average is 6.65.
Yep. And then let's see.
I would say one expected and one surprise in the top five. One that we haven't talked about at all.
Oh, is Brentford one of them?
No, they're actually near the bottom. They're six from last.
Okay.
Oh no, they were fifth. They were fifth worst. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I don't know. Hit me.
Sheffield United at four with an average of 6.6. I really liked. They took their
The red and white
the
one.
classic one. What was the highest one they had? Yeah, their home jersey. Somebody in the pool gave it a 10 out of 10.
I
Really
know.
liked it. So
I
so
know.
that definitely dragged it up. Besides that, it was fairly average ratings.
I even did a double
And
take
then
on that one. I was like, "Did you mean to do this? Is
is
real?
this a typo?
Is this correct?" And they're like, "Yeah, that one's. I really like that one." I was like, "Okay, all right, you got it."
And then rounding out the top five, we have Tottenham. We did talk about their home jersey at an average of 6.5. I'm actually blanking on what their away looked like. I'm gonna check real
It
quick.
was like a blue, and it
I did
was
not like their away.
yeah, it's a leaked image, so I don't know if it's fully confirmed, but it's like got a collar. I'm always a big fan of a collar, and it's got like an iridescent like check on it, but it's like a navy blue. Yeah, I wasn't a huge fan of it either.
Another one that I was much harsher grading. I gave it a 2 out of 10. The next worst score I think was a 6. So
Yeah, it wasn't my
um,
favorite, and it's also one of those where it's like maybe it's not 100% accurate, the one we were
it
looking
might
at,
not
but
be
we'll
real.
see.
Yeah,
Yeah, we'll see.
maybe it's some jersey from like 7 years ago that somebody says is the new the new kit or
Speaking
something. So
speaking of jerseys, as we segue, look at this segue. The U.S. women's jersey is sick. I love that thing, and the men's jersey was so bad. I hated it, absolutely hated it. And this women's one is just so much better, so
hmm
much better. I wish the men had a better one like that too. So, I would give the women's U.S. jersey 8, 8.5.
Ooh,
I really like it.